What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the second showdown card of today. It is James Milner, the classic guy himself. We have got him coming in at an 85 from his 80 rated, 222 on the Xbox and 205 on the PlayStation. He's not a bad card. I think there is a lot of competition in that centre mid role, especially if you look out of field away from the Prem. But even in the Prem, there is quite a lot of people that can actually I don't know, like be competitive with him. And I think one thing that you really have to figure out is a lot of players, personally myself, I have a cam and DM, or at least 2 DMs, 3 cams. So I've never really got a place for a box to box. Yes, you can use him as a DM if you wanted and just whack a shadow on him, or vice versa, you could use him more as a cam and whack a hunter on him. I think he's going to work better as a box to box, and sometimes the formation that you play isn't quite it isn't the one that's really focused on CMs, so it's going to be interesting anyway. He can go up to an 87 if Liverpool do Man United over this weekend, and hopefully not. I do want my McSauce to go up to an 87, but we'll see how it goes, and if he does manage to get to an 87, we will do a review on the boost. And like I said in the McTominay review, if you haven't watched that one, I won't do one if there's a draw. If it's +1, I don't feel like it's worth doing another 2 reviews on players that are going to be very, very minute different. Even +2 is to some extent very similar, but again, you've got like the whole +2 upgrade. I feel like two upgrades is better than 1, which obviously it is. Let's get into the Milner review and let me know, are you completing any of them? So Milner is coming in with a 3-star skiller, 4-star weak foot, with the right foot 5'9", high attacking work rate, high defensive, and he is a stocky build. He also is 35, so he's a veteran of the sport, and honestly, he's not bad. He's still kicking around with the Liverpool squad, and honestly, he's working hard at it. I can nothing but applaud his performances and what he can put into the team. He is very much how I see in Rooney in terms of effort. At the end of his career, he's still at a very, very big club, and he's still putting in the graft, and I absolutely respect that. A lot of players have kind of made their millions and just basically done with it. They've gone MLS, they've done this, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think with what Milner's showing is he can still perform with the best team. Yes, he may not have every single game on the pitch, which I may not know about. If we have a quick look in real life, he's played 10 matches, so he's played a good portion of them. Obviously there is probably a handful that he's not been picked for, but again, FA Cup games, you don't know what he's not played if you're not a Liverpool fan, that is, but it's fair play to him. In terms of FIFA then, the one problem with him is he's good, but he's not quite up there yet. I feel like the 87 would be a hell of a lot better. I'm praying that he doesn't get it, but it would be a hell of a lot better. I would prefer a 2 upgrade than a 1, if I'm being honest. I feel like both of them would benefit a hell of a lot more getting the double, rather than both of them having just +1. They both would be a probably good category. I feel like McTominay for me has a more presence in the team for myself, just because he's a DM rather than a box to box. But I could see a lot of people having more kind of like wanting Milner. It's just what it is. There's some cards that fit teams better. Obviously, being English, it's a sought after nation because there's not a hell of a lot of English players and not a hell of a lot of special English players. More cams. We've got Maddison, we have got Mason Mount, obviously Henderson's a DM. We will get into more as we go into the overall. We'll have a look at the English setup and see what sort of players we've got now. But overall, pace wise, good acceleration. Overall pace isn't amazing. We've got okay shooting. Finishing lets him down, but if you wanted to go with more of an attacking player, more of an attacking centre mid, then obviously you can sort that out with a Deadeye, a finisher, even go with a hunter on him if you really wanted to. And then obviously passing wise, I think is very nice. It really did the job. I felt like he was kind of like that link play, passing through the midfield was lovely. Getting it onto the wingers. We show you some balls far left of the pitch down to Freeze Mane, and absolute exquisite balls. So incredible stuff there. Dribbling wise, agility, balance is It's not low, but again, it's still in the yellow in terms of FUT bin standard, 79 each. But other than that, 89 reactions, very, very good. 92 composure, which is what I rate highly. And then obviously ball control, dribbling, 85 and 82. Can't complain too much yet. Then defending wise, obviously no heading, because 5'9", he's not going to be an aerial threat for many people. And then we've got defensive awareness. This is where a shadow would come in quite nicely. I believe that would get it up to 84 and turn him into an 88 CDM, 86 CM, or an 84 cam, where a hunter would turn him into an 85 cam, 86 CM, or 84 DM. So it depends on what you're going for. FUT bin are obviously shouting and screaming that you put a shadow on this card, just because it kind of makes everything a little bit better. I feel like his shooting is better on his base than his defending in a lot of aspects. Obviously, you've got the shot power, the positioning, the penalties, the volleys are all there in the high 90s, whereas defending, it's 81, 82, 81. I don't think it's amazing, so a shadow will put that on there. Then obviously physicals, not really too much strength, great aggression, which is great for winning the ball back and perfect for a box to box. And then we have got 92 stamina, which is phenomenal. And the traits are leadership, team player, and solid player. So let's get into some gameplay and see what Milner did. So obviously Milner was playing very, very similar role to McTominay, but he was pushing up a hell of a lot more, trying to keep him as a CM rather than falling into the trap of trying him as a DM or a cam. I like to see what he's like at that box to box, and we see him up and down the pitch. He's coming from the left, he's going to centre, he's coming from the right, and he makes some moves. Unfortunately, we hit the bar with Ronaldo there, and honestly, he just does wonders there. He's really good at kind of being that release out as well. We get the ball back, and then suddenly he's on the go. We see here Navas wins the ball back. James is going, and unfortunately the guy decides to absolutely take his legs before he manages to make that pass forward, and that's what it's all about. It's about that quick go. He's looking at that counter straight off the bat. We want him absolutely rinsing it. We see here, you can see Mane's already looking that ball. We go a cracking ball down the wing, and it's absolutely pinch perfect into Mane. Obviously a very, very fast player as well. Unfortunately, the ball across was not quite to the standard, but we see him intercepting. We see him playing a couple of little 1-2s. He's very confident on the ball. His composure works really well. And honestly, he's just a nice player to play with. Would I say he's going to improve many FUT Champs teams? Probably not. In terms of kind of meta ability, there is so many more out there, and probably cheaper as well. But as a Liverpool fan, definitely you want to be getting this card. I don't feel like you'll get team of the season, but there is a potential for you to get an 87 Milner here, so I don't get who wouldn't want that. It links to Gomez, obviously, as a perfect link. Henderson's there as a perfect link. There is plenty of players that you can get Milner in with in a Premier League team. So if we do go into the overall, as I did mention, 222 on the Xbox and 205 for the PlayStation. It's relatively good, and we will go to that first, like we did with McTominay. Obviously, he's coming in a little bit cheaper. Obviously, we have got a little bit more expensive. We've got an 83 with 70k, one Liverpool player, standard as McTominay. We then have an 84, one English player with 65k. Again, McTominay was 83 rated on the second one, and then we have 184 with one minimum inform and 65k as well. Obviously, with the McTominay for the 83, I believe you needed an inform as well in the second one, so 2 informs, but obviously with Milner you need 1 extra rating, which does affect the price, and that's why Milner is like 30-40k more. Again, like I said in McTominay, you can go ahead and do the upgrades. You could even do bronze packs to silver upgrades to golds to get them player picks to be able to do these, and it will cost you very, very little. So I think you can grind these out. These have got, I think, 3 or 4 days, and then the upgrade packs have 7 days, so there's more than enough time for you to be able to grind that out. In terms of generations for Milner then, because obviously he wasn't always at Liverpool. He started his career, or started at least when I remembered him, at Aston Villa, which I think was this FIFA 10 card. Looking at the kit, he then made his sensational move to the new owners of Man City, and that is where he just didn't really get played. Like, he was alright, but he didn't really come into fruition there. He made the move to Liverpool, and I think it was his best move. They gave him a chance, they gave him a spot, and he managed to do a bit about it, and obviously managing to get a few informed special cards. Obviously last year we did get the Freeze Milner, which was very, very expensive. I wonder if it tells you here. 250. Okay, it's about the same, but in terms of price, that is more expensive than it is on this game. I feel like this game is a hell of a lot easier to make coins, but Milner obviously is coming in a bit cheaper than that one and has the chance to go a higher rating with better stats. If we're looking at a shadow for him, obviously you're looking at the pace, the defending. It's a well-rounded stat card. England wise then, if we take out the icons, which I wish we could versions. Oh no, okay. That's just going to be effort. So if we do take out the icons, we've got Kane, Sterling, Sancho, Vardy, all links to him. Obviously, a lot of these are strong links. Then we get Trent, who's a cracking perfect link for him. Other than that, I think we're starting to get Henderson. We got Walker, who's a nice one. Rashford. I think if we go one more down, Walker again. We've got obviously Joe Gomez, like I mentioned, Mason Mount, and we've got Trippier, we've got Wan-Bissaka. There's actually quite a nice English special team you can go with there. It does help that we are getting loads of these random special cards. Obviously, we had a David Beckham, we've got a player moment Stones, we've got a player moment Chamberlain. There is so many players coming into the English squad that it's just very nice to see. There's more options and there's a better quality of squad. So Milner can fit in very, very well within that, and I think he definitely could do as well. In terms of Liverpool then, we obviously will know they get a lot of special cards. Salah, Mane and Firmino already have a front three. We've already got Van Dijk, Gomez. I don't think Robertson has got one yet, but Trent's got a team at a group stage. Fabinho's got a centre back. Henderson's got one. Wijnaldum. I think it's Alisson and Robertson who are letting the team down there. Other than that, I believe they have a starting 11. If you want everybody in the right position. So it's just insane to see how quickly a team can get 11 specials fielded on the pitch as well. So it's a big credit to them. But hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know down below what you think. I think Milner is 100% in need of that 87 to make him worth this 220k. But the same as McTominay, I think both of them, like I say, need that win rather than the draw. The draw makes them good to average. The 87 makes them usable and quite usable in a lot of squads. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know down below if you are going to complete any of them. But from that, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you off the next one. Peace.